So we go into the career exploration track. So this is where you get to explore. You get to take some of these technical skills you have, you get to take some of these creative and start applying them to fields that are actually, like working professionals. So we start with fashion design. This is an amazing class with hands-on. They go from the ground up. They actually do make things in the class. It is not just design and drawing your designs out, but they do sew things. They're taught how that production works. So I've watched this class every year, and I'm always impressed by the things that come out of it. It's always a really great class to be part of and be kind of witnessing. And they take these concepts of drawn design and how to approach drawn design and bring them into 3D reality and are taught basic sewing skills and things of that nature to help them do this. So really, really cool class. Graphic design. So graphic design is basically us going through art for communication and advertising and marketing. You've got everything from color theory, shape language, typography, visual hierarchy of shapes and substance. There's a lot of different things that are going on here in graphic design. It's a very complicated major that has a lot of moving parts. And they get to use a lot of those technical skills, like your drawing skills and your painting skills come into play here, like value structures, compositional structures, how to kind of compose something, how to draw something. You need to know how to draw something before you want to simplify it. This is where this starts to happen. So, and it also gives you a good overview of just how graphic designers work, how they merge imagery with typography to create a really good, strong representation, usually for advertising and marketing. We have user interface, user experience. So we go through from the ground up of exploring principles of UI UX, and they learn about wireframe prototyping. They have a good introduction, I believe, into Figma is the program used, and it basically goes you from the ground up to what it would feel like to spec an entire kind of app out using those skills, and gives you really good, strong introduction into doing this, so that you'd be able to do it on your own outside of there and explore it even more. And a lot of people are interested in this major these days. It gives you a really good introduction to how it functions. Character and costume design with markers. So this ties into animation and entertainment design and game art. These are using some of the traditional skills, and it goes through the production pipeline of designing characters from the ground up. And they, instead of going with digital, they go with the traditional things, which really kind of forces you to really be a little bit more precise and really think about what you're doing. I'm a big advocate of practicing with traditional skills to sharpen your digital skills. It does make you faster and more precise, even with your digital when you go back to it. So the work that comes out of this class has always been really good as well. And it's an introduction to just some of the stuff that happens behind the scenes of animation and entertainment design. The next class is also in that same vein of storyboarding and comic book. So if you're interested in animation, you need to understand how to tell a story. You need to understand camera angles. You need to understand flow and pacing. You need to understand, if it's comics, you need to understand formatting and layout. But if you're doing just storyboarding, you need to understand how to camera control and how to make notes and how to organize all of these things. So anybody interested in any kind of storytelling medium whatsoever, this is a fantastic visual storytelling medium of animation. They expect storyboards for people that are going into the future for that. So if you are someone who's interested in studying animation, you have to research this topic and become strong at it. If you want comic books, of course you have to, but it's just for all visual medium storytelling. So also goes into video games and stuff like that. I'm the person teaching that class actually. So then we have transportation design with markers. So the classic transportation medium is markers pre-digital, and it's about perspective and making believable things and color theory with it and how to render these design concepts from multiple angles so that you can show kind of a concept for a vehicle that you are interested in designing. What does that look like, basically? And markers are the traditional medium for it. It's been done that way for a very long time. A lot of the professionals still work with markers to this day when they do this kind of stuff. And so let's